Air Greenland is the little-known flag carrier of the island nation of Greenland. Having recently acquired a brand new A330neo, they offer flights from Copenhagen to Air Greenland's main hub in Kangerlussuaq. But how good is Air Greenland? Well, today I take a flight on Air Greenland in both economy and business class from Copenhagen in Denmark over to Kangerlussuaq in Greenland to find out just how good they are. But we start this video early morning from our hotel near Copenhagen Airport. After checking out of my hotel, it was just a short trip on Copenhagen Metro to Copenhagen Airport itself. And getting into Copenhagen Airport, I had a bit of time this morning before our flight.
Okay, so on the board it says our flight is at Terminal 2. But anyway, welcome to Copenhagen Airport. Always like this airport. Scandinavian airports are always really nice. But yeah, Terminal 2 for Air Greenland. So as you can probably tell from the title of this video, we are doing a versus. We are doing the Air Greenland business class versus the economy. So we're going out to Kangerlussuaq today in business class, and then we're coming back from Kangerlussuaq to Copenhagen in economy class. And we're going to see what the difference is like, because the fare difference it's a big difference. I mean, it's basically double the price. Not as big as some airlines, but double the price. Let's see what you get for your money. Anyway. Let's go through security now and then hit the Aspire Lounge. The flight over to Kangerlussuaq should take us about, tempted to say 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Should be a good flight. We'll see how long it takes. This is a flight I've been wanting to do for, I can't remember how long. Greenland has just always fascinated me as a place. It is such a huge country and it's only got like 50,000 people. It's really fascinated me, so I wanted to do this flight for a long time. I'm gonna pop over to Greenland and then pop down to the capital in Nuuk. This one is going to be the comparison between the business class and the economy class on Air Greenland. Here we are at the Aspire Lounge now.
At Copenhagen Airport, Air Greenland uses the Aspire Lounge for business class passengers.
Yeah, Air Greenland, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Once in the lounge, first things first, it's time for a coffee. In the Aspire Lounge at Copenhagen Airport, there is a good selection of soft and alcoholic drinks, as well as a buffet of food. So with that, I decided to have my coffee as well as a light breakfast. You can also get into this lounge with Priority Pass, and other airlines also use it.
Thank you. We have spent a bit of time in the Aspire Lounge. It was quite nice. Had a light breakfast, had a couple of cups of coffee. Now let's go to the plane. Let's go to the gate.
Making my way down to the gate, our flight was on the board and our A330neo was waiting at the gate. And here it is, the new Air Greenland A330neo in its vivid red livery.
So there is the Air Greenland A330 800, I believe. A330neo 800. I don't think they got the 900, I believe it's the 800. But yeah, very nice looking plane. But anyway, boarding hasn't started yet. It looks like it's just about to though, so we'll be getting on board and on our way to Greenland and Kangerlussuaq very soon.
And it wasn't too long until boarding was started. People with small children and people that had requested assistance were boarded first, followed by business class, which is where we are for the first leg of this flight.
Now boarding Air Greenland's A330neo. It's my first time ever on an A330neo, so looking forward to seeing what it's like. Hi. Perfect, thank you.
Getting on board and into the Air Greenland business class, the seats are laid out in a 2-3-2 configuration. Regarding the seats themselves, we get these nice throne style seats branded in Air Greenland colours.
Right, before anybody else comes to the seat, let me just show you around Air Greenland's business class. The seats are pretty good. They're not the biggest seats in the business class. It's more like a premium economy plus, I would say. It's not quite, but the legroom is fantastic. Let me just show you around.
Looking around the seat itself, there's plenty of legroom, as well as a footrest. Personally, I don't use these on flights, but it's good to have it there. In the back of the seat, we also have several pockets for storing your belongings, a coat hanger, and the seat does have some nice padding on the adjustable headrests. Between the seats, you will find a 3.5mm audio jack for the IFE system, and also an area to store your water bottles.
As you can see, it is pretty nice here. It is a nice airy cabin. It is all clean. It is It's got that new plane smell. It is fantastic. Greenland, you're doing pretty well so far.
Before taking off, a complimentary drink of orange juice was handed out. As you can see, the business class here wouldn't be full for the flight over to Greenland. But taking a look into the in-flight entertainment system, Air Greenland has a very nice touchscreen, with plenty of options for your entertainment. There is a nice selection of movies to choose from, as well as some select TV shows. One thing I think is a nice touch is this Wonders of Greenland gallery within the IFE system, showcasing some of the amazing sights of Greenland. And of course, there's my favourite thing within the IFE system, a moving map. And I do very much appreciate how Air Greenland offers these points of interest, with information of each area we will be flying over. Soon boarding was completed and the jet bridge was disconnected.
They've just said boarding is completed and I've got a seat to myself. The whole row to myself. Couldn't have turned out any better. Yeah, I think this is going to be one amazing flight. The crew seems super happy and cheerful. Yeah, can't ask for more so far. Really can't ask for more.
Not long after boarding was completed, we were given the safety demonstration as we were pushed back to taxi our way out to the runway here at Copenhagen.
If you are in a physical area is needed, blow into the tube position. We're now ready for takeoff, so we kindly ask you to check that your seat back and table are upright.
Taking off out of Copenhagen, we begin our 4-hour 50-minute flight over to Kangerlussuaq in Greenland. Leaving the Danish coastline behind, the crew handed out a Wi-Fi code for those in business class, as well as a pair of 3.5mm headphones.
Okay, so you know me, I don't usually do loot reviews, but it's Air Greenland and it's a new plane, so yeah, let's do one. It looks pretty nice. It's very clean. Cannot complain at all.
Getting back to my seat, I found that a water bottle had been left for me. And then, the crew came around with a drink service. I went for a beer. I do also like that they have these Air Greenland branded glasses. Not long after the drink service, the crew started the meal service.
Here you are. Enjoy the meal.
Thank you.
There were two choices on offer, a vegetarian option and a non-vegetarian option, which was smoked salmon to start, followed by pork with mashed potatoes and asparagus, along with a hot roll and dessert.
Okay, so I have a hot meal in front of me. It looks very, very nice. Give the salmon a try first. That's very nice. I'm going to give you second leg for your meat as well, which is, I like that. That's a good touch. So let's see how the beef is. That's really nice. I mean, yeah, well done, Air Greenland. This is a fantastic meal service. And I've just realised as well, they don't even call this business class. This is called their premium class. Not premium economy, but premium class. So they consider it a step up. As I thought when I boarded the flight and looked at the seats, they consider it a step up from premium economy, but not quite a business class. But from the service so far, totally on par with any business class I've flown. Just from the service. The seat obviously not so much, but the food, the crew, the drinks, the service, everything on par with a business class. And it says on the ticket business class, so it was a bit confusing like that, but they call it premium class. Right, let's give the dessert a try.
To be honest, I'm not exactly sure what this dessert was, so maybe you could tell me down below.
Looks very nice. That's really nice.
After the meal service, the crew came around with a tea and coffee service. I went for a coffee and decided to spend some time by watching a movie. It wasn't long before we were passing over Iceland and its beautiful landscapes. And as we were, the crew offered another drink service.
Have you got a Coke? Coke. Can I have a water as well?
Water?
Yeah, please.
Sparkling or still?
Still.
Yeah.
The landscapes passing over Iceland's West Fjords are simply amazing. Maybe I should do some flights around there. You let me know. Would you like to see that?
Okay, so we are just passing over the eastern coast of Greenland now. There isn't much to see outside the window because of the cloud cover, but hopefully we'll be able to get some views before we start our descent down into Kangerlussuaq. This has been a fantastic flight. I mean, Air Greenland, you've really outdone yourself. This plane is brand spanking new as well, which I think just adds to it. And it does fill me with confidence to what the economy product will be like on the way back to Copenhagen.
Passing over the simply mind-bogglingly large Greenlandic ice sheet, we began our slow descent into Kangerlussuaq. Pulling up to the one and only stand for wide-body aircraft here at Kangerlussuaq, that concludes this part of our flight on Air Greenland's A330neo in business class. So you might be wondering what business class cost. We'll hang about to the end of the video and I'll show you how much both classes cost.
Thank you. So here we are in that was a fantastic flight. Absolutely fantastic flight. But you know what? It's really cold.
If you're liking this video, then please consider becoming a Patreon. The link is in the description and anything you donate goes into making videos like this one.
Here we are in Kangerlussuaq Airport. Not as Kangerlussuaq as I was saying before, but Kangerlussuaq. What did you make of the business class for Air Greenland on their A330neo, their flagship international route? I thought it was great. But anyway, let's see what the economy class is like now. So you're going to see that about now. And welcome back, people. We are here now to take Air Greenland's A330 in economy class here from Kangerlussuaq down to Copenhagen. So anyway, it's freezing cold outside. It's minus 23 degrees. Let's get inside the terminal and let's get checked in and let's get down to Copenhagen. Let's go.
Kangerlussuaq Airport is very much a function over style kind of airport. Being the main international hub for Greenland, Kangerlussuaq has both international and domestic gates, a food court and hotel where I stayed the night. Getting into the airport, the domestic gates are located within the main check-in hall, and the check-in desks are located right next to security, so I decided to head through security to international departures. I was surprised to find a small duty-free shop.
This has to be one of the coolest duty-free shops ever. One thing I did not expect was a duty-free shop. This is pretty cool.
Looking around, I decided to head for the Airside Cafe, which is located on the second floor and has a great view of the apron.
Now just I'm waiting at the coffee shop. Plane should be arriving any minute now. Coffee shop's got a good view of the runway and the apron, so we should get it landing. But yeah, got me coffee. And there is the Airbus A330 of Air Greenland. I love that plane so much.
Pulling in on its return flight from Copenhagen, the airport swings into action. It must be said that Air Greenland only has one of these aircraft, so this A330 is very much one of Greenland's main connections to the outside world, making each and every arrival and departure from Copenhagen an event at this airport.
Okay, it really is quite incredible because there's the A330 here, 3 -8s already on the apron, and another -8 has just come in. Now I believe Air Greenland has 7 of these -8s, which means over 50% of the Air Greenland fleet is on this tiny little apron. It really is quite interesting to see how it all works, how the A330 comes in and then these -8s come in round about the same time or just after or just before to pick up and drop off people transferring to and from the A330 and then transfer them to and from the towns and cities in Greenland. Really is quite interesting and impressive, the operation that's going on here.
With the passengers disembarked and the -8 transfer operations complete, the departure hall is much busier with all of us waiting to board the A330 to Copenhagen. While waiting, I noticed this chap in the corner, a polar explorer who was the first to cross the Northwest Passage via dog sled, and I was very interested to see that he actually studied in Scotland for a time. However, soon it was time for boarding. The boarding process is the same as before, parents with kids and special assistants first, followed by business class and then all of us in economy, though it is much more crowded here than in Copenhagen.
So here we are boarding the Air Greenland A330 back down to Copenhagen. It's quite a nice day today, although it's very cold. Love the side engines. Brand spanking new. Okay.
Yeah.
Hiya. Okay, just getting on board. 30k, looks like we're at the back against the bulkhead, which is where I wanted to be. It was perfect view of the wing. Okay, so on board Air Greenland's A330 in economy class, and just like the business class, the economy class is brand spanking new. I'll just show you around the seat before anybody comes to the seat so that you can get a idea of what you get. You do of course get a nice big touchscreen, as you can see, nice big touchscreen. Little cup holder in the back of the seat, as well as a decent tray table, very decent tray table. You also do get quite a lot of legroom. The legroom is pretty decent, as you can see. So yeah, well done Air Greenland on that. So overall it is a pretty decent economy seat, I reckon. 4 hour 4.5 hour flights that this aircraft does, yeah, you can't really beat it. You know, can't really complain at all. People are just getting settled in now. Don't know how full the plane is going to be. Hopefully we've got this seat to ourselves. I did check on that before boarding, just to see if I could jiggle around. This seat appeared to be free, so here's hoping, here's hoping. Oh, I'm loving Air Greenland so far. I've been knocking my socks off Air Greenland, so... Well.
In economy, the seats are once again branded in Air Greenland colours, and I do very much like the look of them. The padding on the economy headrests is also very good.
Very good.
After everyone was boarded and settled, we had to wait for the last Dash 8 flight to depart before we could be pushed back to taxi our way out to the runway for takeoff. After taking off out of Greenland for our 4-hour flight back to Copenhagen, let's take a look through the in-flight magazine. There is a decent selection of duty-free items to choose from, and a nice selection of food and drink that can be purchased. Soon the crew came around with a light snack service of dry rye bread bites coated in Greenlandic herbs. They were very nice, and at the same time a drink service was offered. I got myself a Coke. As we leave the east coast of Greenland, this time we get a better view of the sea ice that covers much of the Greenland Sea this time of year, and soon the meal service was started. Today we have a roast chicken with pasta and salad, along with a roll and dessert. It was all genuinely delicious. I'm not exactly sure what this dessert is. It was nice, but I think I tried to eat it the wrong way. After the meal service, the crew came around with a tea and coffee service. Also, looking at the Lewin economy, it is much the same as the one you'll find in business class, so no complaints here. Passing between the Faroe and Shetland Islands, we get a great sunset. And for all my Scottish viewers, I did manage to catch a glimpse of the night lights of Lerwick. As we were crossing the North Sea, the crew came around with a final drink service. I went for a beer. And after that, we were approaching Denmark and began our descent into Copenhagen. Landing into the capital of Denmark, Copenhagen, that concludes our flight on Air Greenland's A330neo in economy class. If you're liking this video, then why not consider subscribing? It helps out the channel and you'll be kept up to date with videos like this one. And also remember to hit that bell icon.
Thank you, thank you, cheers. Thank you, cheers. So there we have it. Air Greenland in economy class from Kangerlussuaq to Copenhagen. What do you think of that flight? I thought it was pretty good. I'll get to the hotel and then I'll tell you my final thoughts after that.
As it will take us a while to get through Copenhagen Airport, let me tell you my thoughts now. Personally, I think Air Greenland are doing a fantastic job as the small flag carrier of Greenland. The staff are really pleasant and kind, and very attentive. For the economy class, I truly think it's a good service. You get a meal which on what is a domestic European flight is almost unheard of in economy at this point. So would I fly Air Greenland's economy again? Absolutely. As for the business class, it is a very nice product and offers a significant upgrade over economy. And for the price, I think if you want to splash out a bit, then it is certainly worth it. And as promised, you can see the prices for each on screen now. And if you liked this video, then you should consider checking out this video here. And as always people, we will see you all in the next one.